How you doing today, guys? So I'd like to go over to my my purchase, and this is pretty much going to be an overview. I got the Beretta M9A1, and there's no magazine here. The magazine's here. It's empty. Okay. The reason why I went to Beretta is many reasons why people do not go with the Beretta. First off is the weight. I love the weight of the gun in my hand. I'm used to firing Berettas since I was a kid. 1911s and revolvers. All heavy chunks of metal. It's not that I hate polymer guns, but one of the many reasons why people like polymer guns is why I dislike them. They're way too light for me in my hands. I'm weight sensitive with my hands, so if it's too light for me, it just drives me crazy. Which is a shame because I love Glocks for all the other reasons. I feed any type of ammo through it. It's easy to take apart. The aftermarket part availability is ridiculous with Glocks. Actually, my next gun purchase is going to be a Glock. It's going to be a Glock 17. I was war-torn between this and a Glock 17, but this won me over for many reasons. And one of them was weight. The other is, well, it's a very iconic handgun. It's a sexy gun. It has been used in movies from Lethal Weapon to Die Hard to current times right now. It's being used. It's one of the most used handguns in TV and movies. It's a sexy design. I love this design. It's a beautiful gun. Another reason why I love the Beretta is because it's chambered in 9mm with this heavyweight, that the 9mm was already a low recoiling round for me. And this beast, the felt recoil is non-existent to me. It's like 22. Probably less than a 22 if that's even possible, but the felt recoil for me is just non-existent. Now, a lot of people are saying that Beretta's jam. Fortunately for me, I've never had that experience in my life shooting Berettas. The only time I had a Beretta actually jam on me is when I rented a range gun in Las Vegas. And of course, with most range rentals, those things are beat to hell. And they're not very well taken care of. They're not very well cleaned. So I was actually getting a lot of extraction problems with that Beretta, and some failure to feeds also. When I took apart the weapon, it was like the feed ramp was all like gunked up, and it was horrible. I remember I rented a Glock from there too, and you know, the trigger reset was gone because the springs were so gunked up. It was disgusting. I've had great luck with Berettas. Fortunately, I know there's people out there who has had bad luck with Berettas. I know people who have great luck with Glocks, and I know people who have bad luck with Glocks, just like the Gen 4s. Same thing with SIGs and any other company you could think of. There's going to be some bad ones out there because, you know, they mass produce these things, and, you know, a few bad ones are managed to slip by. The major weak point of Beretta is this open slide design, and right here you can see, I don't know how well this is showing up on my camera, the locking bolts from the T-block, and you know, a fair amount of dirt and grime and mud could get in here and produce malfunctions. Now I've run Berettas pretty dirty before I cleaned them. My brother's Berettas, and they work fairly well dirty. You just can't get them too dirty like a Glock. I mean, Glock is built to such a loose tolerance. It's you know, you can run that thing filthy and it will still run. It's the AK-47 of freaking handguns. But if you maintain your weapons, this Beretta should never jam on you, unless a bad extractor eventually down the line or a bad part. Another reason why people hate Berettas is this, safety and decocker. A lot of people hate this because if you come from the school of thought of power stroking your weapon, there's a good chance that you could actuate the safety. Now, for me personally, I come from the school of thought of overhand racking my weapon, power stroking. I have yet to actuate this lever on any Beretta I shot. I have yet to actuate it. Now, I know there are people saying that's like, oh, it's like this is the reason why I don't like Berettas, because when I overhand rack, the safety goes down, and I get the mushy trigger. For me, it has yet to happen, and it's never happened. Could it happen? Yeah, but for some reason, when I overhand rack the slide, the safety never actuates. I don't know if that's from the years of me shooting Berettas, where I just gotten used to racking a certain way where this lever is not activated. But for others, this is a big problem, and a lot of service members, when they rack the slide, it goes down, and they're in a firefight, I've heard people say that it's gotten Marines killed, our service members killed. So that's one thing. These came with two 10-rounders. Unfortunately, I live in one of those states where anything above 10 rounds is a high-capacity magazine. Another reason why I got this gun, because it's super easy to take apart. Just rotate this lever down, and you see how it shot off. And there goes your guts of the pistol. And I'm not going to fully take this down. You guys know how this thing's taken down. I kind of overlube my pistols sometime. It's not that I do it intentionally. It's just I have a little bit of an OCD problem when it comes to my pistols. Even when I'm helping people clean their Glocks, like people say, it's like, oh, you used a little too much oil there. It's just from the people, the old timers who taught me when how to shoot a gun and then clean a gun. So this pistol is a little too oiled, not by much. It's not over oiled, but next time I clean it, I'm going to have to use less oil. And putting it together is easy too. You just bring it back, flip this back up, and then you could give it a few checks. It's all good. I don't recommend dry firing these things because it says so in the manual. And who am I to go against Beretta? I mean, they make these goddamn things. Some say it wouldn't hurt to dry fire it, but if it says it could hurt the gun by dry firing, it could hurt the gun by dry firing. I'm not going to go against them. And this is my purchase, and I love this gun. I only have 150 rounds through it, unfortunately. Been too busy with work. A lot of people say that you could just pop this out, and right here in the mainspring housing, you can just change the spring for a lighter double action pull. But I do not believe in changing the triggers on my guns. I believe everybody should learn how to shoot a gun with its stock trigger before switching springs, doing trigger jobs. That's just something I developed on my own. I just never liked the idea of doing a trigger job, especially if you're carrying the gun. Changing out springs and stuff like that and using it for concealed carry. The way the political climate is now with guns, they find out you altered the gun from stock, from the factory, forget it. It's going to be a field day on you. So that's pretty much my overview here. My reviews and overviews will get better. This is my first video, so if you have any tips on improving my videos, please comment. If you own a Beretta, let me know why you own a Beretta. Even if it's for the same reasons. Just let me know if you've used this in service, in the military. Let me know what your experiences are with this Beretta, good or bad. I want to hear it. I've been lucky, so even the horror stories with Berettas, I want to hear. Just comment below, guys. Thanks.